What's going on out there, good people? It is your boy Look Around with LMD Trading. And you know what time it is. It is time to get these trades reviewed. As you can see, I am actually trading remotely today. I am in the Big Easy, Big New Orleans. Came down to enjoy some good food, some good drinks, good company. So that is where I am at. And I was not able to get the review done for yesterday's trades because I was traveling. Small green day yesterday. But today, nice green day. The market took a nice dip and we took advantage of it. So we'll get these trades reviewed and so I can get out there and enjoy some good food. Weather is a little overcast today. We'll take a peek at it real quick. Yeah, so as you can see, weather is a little overcast here in New Orleans. I think it's about 60 degrees out there right now. It's supposed to have a high of about 75 or something like that. But people out there, short sleeves on. That looks like, what is that restaurant down there? Cafe Beignet. That's a nice little line waiting. One of my favorites is the Acme Oyster Company. So I may take a walk over there, see what they're working with today. But that's the beauty of day trading. You're not confined to a desk at your office. You can set you up a nice little portable rig and trade from pretty much anywhere in the world as long as they have an internet connection. And I'll take show you a quick peek of my portable system and then we'll get reviewing the trades. All right, so this is what I use right here when I am trading remotely. Very simple system, but efficient. I have my Dell laptop, and I'll go ahead and bring this in a little bit. And this is my active trader window. Give me one sec though. I do see that I have these pulled up down there. So let me click off of that. There we go. So over on the left is where I have my watch list that I'm looking at. Also has the news up at the top. To the right of that is the active trader window where I'm getting in and out of trades. And then to the right of that is where my charts are, and then the time and sales in level 2. But the charts I'm using, upper left, that's the 5-minute. Lower left is the 2-minute. To the right, the upper right is the 15-minute, and below that is the daily. And those are the charts that I use. So this here looks exactly like it looks on my main trading station. And then to the left, I have a portable monitor. I think it's a 15.6 portable monitor. And with that, it has 10 individual 2-minute charts where I could watch my ideas at. Right now, I'm looking at 8 different ideas, or I was. And it also has the market charts, which are the upper right, the blue charts. And then below that is the option chain where I pick the contracts that I want to get in and out of. And I do want to give a shout out to Cody. Cody commented on one of my previous videos and he had mentioned the weekly contracts. I have been purchasing monthly contracts. Somehow in Thinkorswim, I had turned off the option to show weekly contracts, but I have since went in, turned on the weeklies. Weeklies are like buying monthlies the day that they expire. They are dirt cheap, or I should say reasonably cheap. I won't say dirt cheap. Reasonably cheap. And you get the same bang for your buck. Um, and I purchase them the same way I would with the monthly based on the delta and the spread, but you're getting them for almost a third of what you would pay for that same delta and spread on a monthly contract. So again, Cody, if you're watching this video, I definitely appreciate that little nugget of information. Like I said, I'm not sure how in Thinkorswim that got turned off, but it was real easy to turn it back on and get back in business. But like I said, this is my remote setup that I use when I'm trading anywhere in the world. And then if the hotel does not have internet service, or you're not pleased with the internet service, I actually have a little portable Wi-Fi, and it is right back there. So that there is my Wi-Fi. I bring it with me. And like I said, if I'm not pleased with the hotel's Wi-Fi, that's what I'm using. But let's go ahead, get TraderView pulled up, take a look at the details, get the charts pulled up, and we'll get them reviewed. And I'm about to go down there and grab me some good food and possibly a nice cold adult beverage.
All right. I actually am doing this review a little later than expected. Ended up stepping away from the computer when I had did that previous video showing outside and showing um, my rig. So finally getting back up to my room, and we're going to get this review out of the way. Today we took 4 trades. Took 3 on the SPY and 1 on AMD, and we finished the day up 106. Uh, and then we actually had some. The reason I said it was a real good day in the previous video or earlier in this video was I had purchased 2 AMD puts in my main account, and those things paid quite well today with the market bleeding off the way that it did this morning. So closed those out, and pretty happy on how they turned out. But we did take these 3 trades on the SPY. 2 of them were green, 1 of them was red, and then we took a trade on AMD. Let's take a look. I want to see what the prices were because I don't remember. Let's see. Yeah, so again, thanks to Cody, we were purchasing these contracts for $185. If you check some of my other videos, you'll know these same contracts I have been purchasing the monthly contracts, and they have been probably twice that amount, sometimes almost 3 times that amount. So purchasing weeklies really helps when you are trading a super small account. So I consider this account a small account. Started it with about $5,000, a little short of $5,000, and purchasing the monthly contracts um, doesn't really use all of that money. There have been some days where I have used all of it, kind of over trading, but with the weeklies, there's no way that I would use the entire. Sorry about that. I see my phone is connected. I'm using my Bose headphones to do the recording on this, and I got a phone call that just came in. So hopefully it didn't interrupt um, my mic on here. And give me one sec. Let me turn that off on my phone. But yeah, like I was saying, using weeklies, you probably could trade with, let's say, maybe a $2,000 account and still be able to um, make your goal of, let's say, $100 a day. Like I said, this trade here is 2 contracts. and we paid what's that, 370? So we paid $370 for these two contracts and we made $50. So definitely works better if you're doing a small or a super small account. But we'll go ahead and get Thinkorswim pulled up with the charts and see what we were looking at on these trades. So give me one sec.
All right, and we are back. One sec. Let me pull this up right there. All right, so now we're good to go. Let's see what our first trade was today. It's actually a little different. Usually using 3 monitors. I'm at home trading, so having to do this off of just a 2. So working with OBS, working with the internet screen, and working with the charts is a little different. But first trade that we took was the SPY. Let's get the SPY pulled up. Let's go ahead and get these charts so that we can see the candles a little better. And SPY made a real good run yesterday and pretty much just kind of bled off today. So we took advantage of that fairly early. And we got in the first trade at 9:35. So first trade, we were getting in right here, and I put the arrow there, but it would have been right as it was breaking these 2 candles here, and we were out of this trade at 9:38. We was getting out on that candle there. 2 contracts, and we made $52. So we were playing this nice top and tails here and playing it when it broke the low of those 2 top and tails there. Would have had to stop just on the other side of these candles, and we just played it to come down. I'm gonna remove that arrow and just put it where it actually would have been so you can see the move. So as it's breaking VWAP and moving down, we didn't really have, again, confirmation that this was gonna hold, no retest, but what we did have were these 2 nice top and tails, especially this first one. If you look at the volume on that first candle, I'm gonna expand this out just for right now. That there is higher day volume. Let's see what the volume was on that. That was 1.1 million. And if we come over here at the end of the day, 1.2, 1.2. So that there was extreme volume early off the open, and it worked. Made a nice move. So that was our first trade. We started off with a nice little bang there. Then the second trade that we took again was the SPY. So let's go ahead and get the details on that one. Again, playing puts. And this one here we got in at 9:53. 9:53. Where are we at? 9:52, 9:53. So right there. And give me one second. Let me find some glasses so I don't have to keep squinting. Sucks getting old, but it beats the alternative. I always prided myself with excellent eyesight, and as I get older now I need reading glasses. But this was our entry on the second trade. Again, we hadn't really got that confirmation. This was our first trade. This one did come back up, break the VWAP, and then move back down. It's pretty decent move. So this here really was not enough rest for this nice move. So we got in here and we stopped out on this one 2 minutes later, 9:55. So 9:55. We stopping out up here, top of this candle. And that one there, we took a loss of $25. This is one of those ones that, had I not had the hard stop in the system, let this one work back up to VWAP, probably would not have stopped out. Actually, wouldn't have stopped out because it wouldn't have had the hard stop in it. Right here, would have got the confirmation that it was going to continue going lower. But took our hard stop, no problem. Let's take the stop and we'll see if we can find another entry. And that's exactly what we did. We got back in the SPY at 10:05. So let's see where 10:05 is at. So 10:05, we getting in on this big green candle, or I'm sorry, big red candle. I need some glasses to help me see colors, I guess. But this was the pullback that we needed to see. That's confirmation. So this pullback, and we got in right there as it broke this candle. Stop would have been top side of the candle, because had this came back over, we could assume that it was going to roll over. But as we see, it didn't. It made a nice move, and we got out of this one at 10:17. Let's see where 10:17, see what we were saying. So got out on this little move here. We sat through this consolidation. We're in the green pretty good, and then it popped down and hit our target, and we got out. So these three trades, we just did the set it and forget it. Get in the trade, set your OCO, and rock and roll. So good trade there, solid trade there. And let's see, we'll go ahead and pull up this last one, and we will be out of here. Last one was AMD. AMD, where are you at, AMD? Alright, what are you doing? Get it together. Alright, this one here we got in at 10:31. Let's see. And as you can see, I missed all of the early move. All of the early move. And I did. I'm trying something different. I use gold lines just to see how they're going to show on this video. The red ones at times can be kind of hard, even when I go back and watch my reviews. So I said I'd use the gold ones to see how they look. But AMD was nice yesterday. AMD was nice. And we see it just bled off today. So it opened, nice drop, came back right to the VWAP testing, which is actually right here on a line of support and resistance that we had on the chart. But broke down, came back up, came through the VWAP, but it tested this area, tested the area. So if you didn't have this line, but you just got VWAP, you're like, okay, it's testing the VWAP. If you have the VWAP and not the line, you wouldn't have known that it was actually testing this price area area. But tested that, broke down nicely to the next area that we had marked on the chart, pulled through it, came back up, and then this is where we saw it, and this is where we got in at. And got in at 10:31, and we were out at 10:42. So 10:42 would have been this candle right there. And that one we got out for a $30 gain on this one. This one was one that we were kind of managing, and we see we definitely would have easily hit our target on this little slight pullback right there. So good trade overall. Definitely happy with all of the entries today. Wish I could have got in up here, but we were watching the SPY at that time, and seeing these play out on our thumbnail watch list, but still kind of looking for entries to get back in on the SPY. But good trading day. Definitely a good trading day overall. I will be traveling back home in the morning, so I am not sure if I'll get any trading in tomorrow. So not sure how I feel about that, because I definitely enjoy trading, but we'll see. May be able to set it up at the airport. But like you see, it's real easy system. I just carry this in my backpack and set it up, and we rock and roll. But appreciate you checking me out. If you haven't already hit that like button, please do. If you're not a member, please think about subbing. Once you do sub, hit that notification bell to be notified, and let's make that money. Let's make that money in the market, because it is there to be made, whether the stock market is going up, whether the stock market is going down. There's even ways to make money when the market is sideways. I haven't thoroughly researched those, but I know with options you can make money when the market is sideways as well. So even though we're in a unknown territory right now as to whether the market is going to continue going lower, or if it's going to bounce and go higher, you still can make money. And one thing that we can say for certain is the market will recover. If you look at any of the ETFs, you look at the SPY, you look at the QQQ, you look at the Dow, you'll see that there's periods where it dips down, and then it'll eventually recover and go higher and higher and higher. So just keep that in mind. Even though we're in a what they can call a fairly downtrend, it will recover. If we look here at the at AMD's daily chart, we see it'll dip below the 200, recover, dip below the 200, recover. So we can assume that we'll get back up here eventually. Just may be a little rocky. And look at the SPY. If you see the SPY, and I said it in a couple other videos, it had been 2 years since the SPY had dipped below the 200 moving average. So once this gets back above, retest and hold, we might have another 2-year run. So we have to go through these little periods right here, I see. Because again, like I said, I'm a new trader, so I'm learning this as I go. But we have to go through these little areas in order for it to build back up steam and keep running. And it's no different on the smaller time frames when we see big moves and then we see a shallow pullback. It didn't have time to rest. Like my mentor online says, if you ask a runner to go run a sprint and give him 1 minute and tell him to go run another sprint, coming off the line, he might look strong, but he's just going to tank out right there. So you ask somebody to take a good sprint, and then you give them an hour to recover, and then you tell him to sprint again, he's probably going to sprint and almost run at that same effort that he ran the first time. So stock market the same way. If it pops, give it time to rest, let it recover, and then it'll pop again most times. So it's all the market is doing right now. It's getting that little rest before it pops again. But we'll go ahead and end this video. Back up in my room, like I said, getting a little rest before I head back down and get my sprint on. So, y'all have a good day, and we will see you again. Peace.